Alrighty guys, let's check out Quantum Knights. So this is a brand new looter shooter based game, and I just basically downloaded it and played it last night, and a lot of people were wondering, is this game good? Is it fun? What do you do in the game? Okay, so it looks like a fantasy medieval game, right? But we've got guns, which is a strange mix-up. We've also got abilities. Let's go ahead and show off the gameplay, show you guys kind of the ins and outs of the game. And if I was to say what game is it most similar to, think of Genshin Impact meets the First Descendant. It's kind of got this giant open world that you can go and explore. It is going to be online multiplayer, and I'm guessing the heroes are going to be tied to some sort of monetization. Anyways, let's get some gameplay in, and this way you guys can kind of see how the game works. So you see above that enemy's head has a like green poison skull. That means the enemy will take more damage from poison-based attacks. So there's an element system similar to a Genshin Impact, which is actually kind of cool. We also have abilities. And when we swap characters, the characters do some sort of ability, and you can have up to 3 different characters in your squad. This character's got a grappling hook, we've got a punch, and then we've got this ability that pulls enemies in. So there is a variety to the abilities. So now that I've shown you guys some brief gameplay, let's go over some more things and I'll show off some more gameplay. So first off, I'm going to go ahead and answer the question, is the game pay to win? I have no idea. I'm guessing that it has some sort of microtransactions as there are characters. So in terms of what you can get on the game, some of the stuff isn't out yet. This is the beta here. So we have costumes, we have mounts, we have pets. I don't know how pay to win the game is going to be. I don't know if it's pay to win at all. By the way, it's made by Line Games. The other game that they made, which was on December, it definitely was pay to win in a sense, because even though you can acquire some of the materials in the game for upgrades, you could just straight up buy the upgrades. Think of Path of Exile, but in game you could just buy any of the currencies with real money. So that was the thing, and they also had like an auction house which you can use real money and you could just straight up buy whatever items that you needed. So I don't know exactly if this is going to be crossing over, but sometimes depending on who has worked on certain games in the past, that's something to maybe consider. So you can see we have like a little mission here. There's also PvP, which is kind of cool, and on top of that there are different little dungeons that you can do, and well, we only have access to I guess like one right now, but I guess we have this one as well. But there are cutscenes. The opening sequence of the game, you only have 1 character, but you'll get more characters as you progress. We only have 2 at the moment, but there are more characters, and on each character you can level them up, and when you do level them up, there's itemization as well. Here, let me go and show you guys kind of what some of the things do. So you can see it adds skill piercing percentage. I don't really have everything fully kitted out, but I figured I'd just make a quick introduction to the game so you guys can see what the game has. You also have equipment, and you can actually upgrade your equipment and you can slot things in. So let's go over everything. So first off, you can view the information and it'll tell you what you get as a bonus. You can see critical hit damage red. Keep in mind, all the translation isn't what I would consider 100% perfect. Games in beta, that's fine. Then we have throwing skill damage increase. Some of these numbers are so small, it really doesn't matter. But then on top of getting the stats on the pieces of gear, you can actually upgrade, and there's like a chance of success. But when it upgrades, you can see it'll cost me 7,000 of the currency, and we can actually gain extra HP, extra weapon defense, and skill defense over here. Now, what's cool with this is there's also mods that you can put on the item. Now, some of these, you know, maybe it's going to be way stronger later, but at the moment, I mean, look at this. Weapon defense, 0.36. I mean, some of these numbers are so small, you're probably not going to notice a difference. Or it looks like there's some, like, I'm going to call these like minor nodes, and there's major nodes. I'm guessing these one here, they're going to be a little bit stronger. And then on top of that, you can get extra like bonuses. I don't know if I can show you guys this on that piece of gear, but there are other like upgrades that you can get in the game. Most of these are kind of numerical, but there are other weapon mods. And again, these are so small for like numerical increases. It's not even like 1%. It's 0 point whatever. Again, I'm in the early game. Some of these things may change as the game progresses. They give you a bunch of weapons though, and in order to upgrade, you can get duplicates, and you can kind of upgrade your weapons in a sense with that. But let's go ahead and just kind of play a little bit more of the game, just so you guys can see a little bit more now that you understand kind of how the game works. The boss fights are quite epic in here. I mean, they're on the same scale of, I would say, like a Soulsborne game. Like, they have certain mechanics, and you may need to actually learn them. You can see this one's poison, so we should probably stick with the character that does the poison damage that has it equipped. But this one has a grappling hook. which I really do like. The other character we have just has a little dodge roll. So those are the two characters I have currently. There's also these little like dungeons or side areas that you can go through. You see this one's weak to fire, so this character is going to be perfect for that. But you can like rotate the characters and have a little bit more fun, use all the abilities, swap characters. And the cooldown's very short to swap. I think this is going to be kind of a fun game as long as they don't mess up the pay to win. It could be a game to mess around with for a little bit. Now, some people wanted me to compare this to First Ascendant, as I streamed quite a bit of that game, hit max level in the beta, and I like that game. This game it's interesting because it mixes up a lot of things. Like, it's definitely got the scale of a world, which I do like. It has this giant world. I mean, look how large this is over here. And you can see some of these have like certain recommended like powers requirements. I'm pretty low power right now. You can see where's our we have attack power over here of like 2,000, so going to 8,000 may be a little bit too early on. But the enemies will drop loot. I'm in the earlier stages, so I'm not getting an insane amount of loot, but they're getting different mods. Most of the quests, I'm going to be honest, they're very generic. Go over here, open a chest, go here, kill 5 or X of these spiders. That's kind of the generic quests that we have at the moment. But there is a chest over here, so we can go ahead and open it. We have certain abilities. And so it's kind of like, I would say, very similar to First Ascendant, or even like Mass Effect. You have your character with like a weapon you can aim down sights, although I feel like it's kind of pointless on the SMG character. But there are these chests, and you can open up the chests. And in the very beginning, they give you a bunch of, oh, it's a mimic. Okay. So there is some inspiration from Souls-like games. So we got another mod, and we got a different weapon called the Big Boy. So I'm going to show you guys maybe a variety of weapons here. So let's go ahead and equip, can we sort by maybe, okay, so this one's like got the little lightning symbol, so it's got lightning damage. So again, depending on the monsters that you're fighting, you're going to want to actually maybe change the weapon, and you can change pretty fast. I'll just right click on this. I was hoping that each character could maybe hold 2 weapons. I think that'd be really cool if they just made it so every single character could hold 2 weapons. So we can try out this weapon over here. So let's see what this does. Oh, it's like a cannonball. Okay, so it's got a medieval theme, but like they're straight up like, futuristic sci-fi guns. As far as the story goes, I honestly skipped out on most of like the dialogue, so I can't tell you too much about it, but there is a story. There are cutscenes. You can't skip out the cutscenes, so I did have to watch them. But there is magic in the game. There are like characters that are not human, so if you were thinking it was gonna like be straight up a medieval game, there's a lot more content here. Let's see what this does. Okay. So it just shoots out cannonballs. Swap characters, and when you swap to another character, it does actually do some sort of an animation, which I think is kind of cool. But let me go and show you guys some of the other characters in case you want to see what else exists. Now, I can't show you all of the skills, but I'll move my face out of the way so you can maybe read them. So this character is all about, like, let's say lightning. You can see the name over on the top left, so that's Kyle. Then we have Cyrus over here. So I'm guessing some of these numbers in green can actually maybe change. And there's another thing that I want to explain real quick, which is called the progressive effect. So what this is we have our shields, right? So our shield is in the blue, our HP is in the red. But as we just start killing stuff, there's another yellow bar above the shield, and that mechanic is what is called the progressive effect. So there's 3 different stages to it. Each character has a different one. Some of them do overlap though, like Cynthia, which is the character that I've been playing that shoots out the SMG with the fire damage. So when we start gaining stages, we get bonus movement speed, attack percent, and rate of fire. And what's really cool with the squad setup is you can actually build your squad to maybe have these different passive. If you've ever played Marvel Heroes, it's kind of like having like another like character where you get like some bonus free passives. So you can see we have squad passives. I only have 2 characters unlocked right now. I'm in the earlier stages, but you can see we have weapon damage increase, shield increase when we have these certain characters in the squad. So that's kind of cool. Oh, we're getting attacked by something. We should probably go back to the SMG, but we can go ahead and activate all of our abilities. We'll pull them in, go for a punch. Let's go ahead and move maybe over here. I'm excited because this game has PvP. That was one area where I really wanted First Ascent to have, but I don't know if this game is going to be pay to win. Let's see if we can actually go on the top of the roof. I don't know if that's going to be available there. Let's see if we can go over here and get into the top of the roof. Okay, so we can Yeah, we can go on top of the roof. Okay, now I can hopefully be not interrupted. I can show you the other characters. So the last thing I was explaining was the progressive effect. So yeah, we just get extra attack, movement speed, and rate of fire with this character over here, Memphis. We get extra movement speed, attack, rate of fire. So some of them are similar, but let's see if there's any ones that are actually different. So look at, you can see the adrenaline effect, movement speed, attack, rate of fire. So these ones are actually all the same in terms of what they do, but then there's own skill damage increase, and you can actually put like different points into the character. Let me go and show you guys that as well. So we have our management system of our character, but we can also level up the character and get extra stat points. Okay, there's also the battle pass over here. I guess we can go and collect all the free ones. Okay, that's 50,000, and we get some extra currency here. And then there's like a premium battle pass. So I guess in terms of microtransactions, you can actually see. Can we go to all the way to the end? Is this the max tier? Maybe tier 50 is the maximum, and you get maybe better weapons. You can see, I guess, what it does. You can see where it says crit hit chance. Let me go over the, okay, here's the attribute tree. So each character has their own like attribute tree, and you can see there are different things. So earlier on, like I said, I still have some points over here that I haven't put in. So we get like increases attack by like just such a small effect over here. But now that we've reached a certain threshold, since we've reached level 11 here, we can get a buff. So using incendiary bullet grants 2% additional shield steal for the duration. We can make it so the bullets explode on contact with enemies or terrain that leaves embers that deal extra damage, or the incendiary bullets have a 10% chance to explode and deal a additional 30% damage and apply burn. Okay. Well, I like this one, so I want to go ahead and select that one. And going over like the final one, because I think it's going to be the more powerful one, right? So when the heat Cynthia releases is imbued with mana, the heat condenses into ammunition. Okay, so that's kind of cool. While phase 3 adrenaline is active, which is the yellow bar, if incendiary bullets is shot and additional bullets are generated, and a total of 5 bullets are fired. So you just get like more projectiles, I guess, with that. And there's different like presets over here, and I'm guessing you can maybe unlock these. Oh, wait, okay, it looks like we have different currencies to unlock these. But that's like a brief overview of that in the game. So curious to know, what do you guys think of this game so far, if you guys have played it or via watching this, because it's a game I kind of wanted to check out, and I think it's kind of fun. And when it does launch, I'm probably going to still play more of the game on my stream. Oh, we should probably actually swap weapons. You could swap weapons instantly, which is actually very nice. But eventually, once you get enough characters, you probably won't have to do this. I didn't show any boss fights off, but I do want to show you guys boss fights, and I'm going to reserve that for another video, as this is my like introduction to the game. But the boss fights are actually pretty epic. Just like in First Descent, the boss fights are absolutely cool, and you know, we're in the earlier stages of the game, so I want to show you guys more content. But if you guys have played further in the game, I would love to know your thoughts, and if you guys do want to see anything, let me know in the comment section below. And just as a heads up, it's like 50 gigs, it's on Steam. I'm not sure how long the beta is going to be lasting, but you can request access, and yeah, you have some fun with it. But I think the game's kind of cool. If you're a fan of Genshin Impact, but you like, I guess, different visuals in terms of graphics, you like an open world game, maybe this could be a game for you. And I like games that are looter based games. So we have like our inventory system. This character, I equipped everything on this one over here, but some of these stats, again, it's early game. In terms of any action RPG looter, I don't expect to get any crazy legendary abilities earlier on, but I do like the idea of getting different characters and kind of classes in a sense. And the fact that we get to use 3 of them is pretty cool, and then we can build up our team. And I'm a huge fan of like Devil May Cry games, so being able to like swap into different characters really fast and like comboing, that could definitely be a thing in the future. But anyways, that's our overview of Quantum Knights. Let me know your thoughts down below. But if you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace out.